Okay, before Ex-BBNaija, who was Khalid, student of Bello University, just a regular everyday guy. Had a couple of hobbies, boxing, basketball, art, just doing whatever I could, to help myself out and try to help the family out. That was the idea. So I went into art, I went into fashion, or tried to go into fashion, tried building a brand before getting into the house. Studied industrial design, still studying, just going to come back to finish my degree because that's very, very important. Everybody's saying in school now, school now, but you actually need that degree, for when you need it. So knowledge is valuable. So I am a friendly person, for I won't say a lot of friends, but I've got the right people around me, and that's very, very important. You need to gather yourself. You need to gather important people around you. Important in the sense that they have value to give you. So you're always learning something new. Yeah. So yeah, that was me. I think there's so much more. Okay, basketball. That's where I think if I didn't have my house, I think that's where I'll be living on the court every single day. I love to go train, try new tricks. Just keep learning. I've gotten better, gotten worse, gotten better again. I think my earliest memories, I think when I was 14, I wanted to be an NBA star, so I tried and tried, got to secondary school, supposed to go for Milo, something happened, along the line, and it is what it is. I never got that opportunity, but I kept on trying. I still love the game and I still go hard for it, I picked up new tricks, along the way. Skateboarding, swimming, boxing, archery, very unorthodox things, people don't usually do. I think that's why I found an interest in stuff like that. So it really helped me out. My love for shoes is something that never died. I've always wanted to work with brands like Nike, Adidas, Converse especially, Asics, and the big brands. I tried out this competition at one point in time, the Pencil Academy Sneaker Head of State and World Championship. It was an online competition, created by Edwards, the owner of Pencil Academy. So I was like, okay, that's the first time I've seen something like that. So I tried it out, I think the first round was a shoe for Puma. So I tried it out, I designed mine, I said we shouldn't use computer, anything digital. I wanted to see your raw talent and raw skills. So I tried it out. I think that was 2016. Yeah, sent it out, and like joke, I was 14th in the world. I was competing with so many people. It was surreal. My parents were really happy. I didn't make it to the finals because financial issues. Had to travel there for stuff, and I'm not the only child. So I just took that win at that point in time. I was like, yeah, I could do this, definitely. I've seen that, like going on YouTube and seeing my shoe they're talking about, I'm like, oh, that's mad. So that's definitely something I want to pursue and keep on doing, because definitely everybody needs to wear my shoes. It has to be on the feet. As a basketball player, it also goes hand in hand. I buy a lot of shoes based on basketball. I'm an aggressive player, I'm very competitive, so I feel like 3, 4, 5 games, the shoes are gone. I have to start regulating myself, getting so many so that I can switch. So yeah, definitely I'll go into that. Going into fashion, streetwear. I love streetwear brands. As a skateboarder, skateboarders have a certain kind of fashion that they lean towards. It's really home. It's like fast fashion, but more thought out. It's really cool. I want to get into that, and also regular fashion, unorthodox fashion, walk runways. Be a brand ambassador for really for top brands. Like Boss and whatever. Dream big, dream far. Don't be scared to do that. There's so many other things. As a guy, nobody's going to be telling you send us or see gift or whatever. That's, you have to keep on being active. Although I'll still take my time with all these things, but you just have to put it out there. These are the things that you're interested in. Recently people have been asking me, have you tried presenting? You be a good presenter, you have that vibe. So definitely I'm going to get into that. And before the house, I was doing all these things, just as a hobby, extensively, just trying to find myself. I've I'm someone who has always been on a journey of self-actualization. Self-realization, trying to mix my regular life with, religion and all that. Try to do the best that I can. Try to mingle with so many people. That's very, very important. You shouldn't be judgmental, because one person is doing something that you feel is bad or whatever. At the end of the day, if they're good people, always lean towards them. It's something you can learn from them. Always lean towards them. Don't say, okay, this person is a certain way, this person is a certain way, so I won't mess with that person. So that was me before the house. I think that was a mouthful. Okay, I think when people say religious, they think, okay, yeah, like to the book and all that, to the letter. I mean, I acknowledge my religion. The basics of religion that at least you should have. And I'm always like, even if you're not doing anything, at least pray. Last, at least just pray. At the end of the day, it's not like you have to be hammering to people's head and saying, okay, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. For me, when I say I'm a religious person, I think it's love. See that word, love and light, that's the basis of Islam. So just love everyone, be welcoming, try to help around, make someone happy. A smile itself in Islam is rewarding. So try to make someone smile, do your prayer, and when people come to you for advice or something, if you have something to give it. So it didn't really affect my relationships in the house. Whether you drink, whether if I'm worried about you, if you drink to a certain level, I'll be like, okay, are you sure you can handle this? Not that if you want to stop, fine, you don't want to stop. I mean, I've got a lot of friends that are on a regular day, got a lot of Christian friends, atheists even, but we never talk about religion. We're just, at some point, I think I'll just guess that, okay, you're a Christian, but we never really talk about, religion, your age, all that, it doesn't really matter. So based on the whole religious thing, I think people just carried it on top of their head that, people think too literally about things. Life is not black and white. You walk it better in the gray when there's context and stuff like that. I am in a relationship with Daniela, and at that point in time, like I said, I think I said once in an interview, she was tipsy and acting a certain way. I've never been with somebody who drinks, and so it's something new to learn, and how you have to try to adapt to the situation. At the end of the day, I just wanted to look out for her. She's okay. Are you okay? Can you handle this? I don't want a situation whereby you have something in mind, you don't process it well. Okay, then because of alcohol, go all out. Personally, I don't drink. I don't like the smell. I don't, like how I feel. I don't like how I see it affect people. So I don't do that. Aside it being a religious thing, it's also a personal thing. I have a low tolerance for smoke. If you want to smoke, yeah, cool, but I won't be around, to smell all that. It affects me in a certain way. But at the end of the day, I won't come and be telling you, guy, don't do this, don't. If it's when I see it affecting you. If you've told me once or twice that, okay, this thing affects you, and I feel a responsibility to tell you, okay, are you sure you want to go back to that? If you can handle it, good and fine. But if you can't, try and engage yourself. I would want someone to tell me, okay, if I tell you I have an addiction to sugar and it does certain things to me, or maybe diabetes, you come and tell me, bro, I beg, they take this thing, at least try engage yourself. It just comes from a place of care. But at the end of the day, like I said, context, it's not always in two extremes. You have to understand where people are coming from, and you need to understand that when you're in the house, you're exposed to different situations, different scenarios. It's like how there's this common misconception that Brian is rude or annoying. Like, nah, he's actually a very small person. He just comes with a lot of energy and he's telling you something. If you don't actually sit down you're not listening to the words, you're listening to the energy. You definitely misconstrued. So that's basically it. I tried other platforms that I felt it was the closest to home. I don't know if that was closest to home or it was just what was right in front of me. I tried, like I said, I tried the sneaker thing. I tried a couple automobile design competitions and all that. But Big Brother was just always there. And I had an interest like 2 years ago. I wasn't able to try out the first year. Wasn't able to try out the second year. I was like, let me just try my luck and see what's up. There were always speculations that you have to know this kind of person. Yeah. So Big Brother just seemed transparent, kinda. So when I tried it, it was even way more transparent than I thought it would be. For other things like modeling agency and modeling shows, you have to know you have to know people, and you have to have a certain amount. So I was always demoralizing. And I've always relied on my personality to, get me to places, and Big Brother actually did that for me. See, the words have not even come. I think I've been speaking so much English, and keeping different. It's a mad experience. It's something that it's what you expect. You go into a new situation, and you think you can handle it. It's overwhelming. It was amazing. I didn't even know like this many people would know me. I thought I'd just come out and keep walking on the street and wear my shorts, go outside, just walk anywhere. Because on regular day, I'm a regular guy. And even right now, I still feel like a regular person. So the moments in the house where there were just too many, from the tasks to the conversations with different people, to having a relationship, that was even way unexpected. Until now, I'm still trying to calculate how it happened. But it was a welcome surprise, and I do welcome it. So many things happen, and so many things will happen even after the house. So just watch out. The whole situation, personally, I think I said it in the house. It's this whole vibes thing, the word vibes. I really don't like that word, in the context that it's been taken. People really have a hard time actually saying what they're feeling. And some people, I think it's a complex thing when they tell you, okay, it's vibe. When you ask them what is vibe to you, then they start to stammer and be like, so you understand that they don't know what they want. So I think that was the case. The Groovy beauty situation. Beauty was my person, is still my person. And we're talking, and she explained that, okay, yeah, it's not defined, it's not this, it's not that. They didn't set boundaries, and I was really like, okay, so you didn't set boundaries, so you can't expect someone to conform to certain things if you don't tell them, okay, this is what you like and this is what you don't like. Definitely there'll be, miscommunication. So, there was stuff coming from her, stuff coming from Groovy. To me, I felt okay, they actually did like each other. And even if they didn't, who am I to say, they didn't? So your feelings are your feelings. Either way, you articulate it. Groovy seemed like a genuine person. But later I got to understand that he's actually a very sweet guy, too sweet for his own liking. But I mean, I don't know. I feel he knows what he's doing, and I wish him best of luck, whatever. I didn't like how Beauty left the house. It actually hurts deeply because she has so much to offer. She's an amazing person. Like, you have no idea. I mean, people definitely they would want to focus on the things that are not important, harsh housing, but she actually contributed to our dynamic when it came to tasks and things that you actually carried out. When we have a task, she would make us understand that there are individual key components in that task that you're supposed to listen to and act accordingly. So she did a lot. When she left, I actually thought he was broken. At one point in time, like he was pain. So I tried to give him his space. I didn't go and just let him process. And I feel as a guy, you should always be with yourself sometimes. Think about the things that are actually worrying you, because as a guy, it's hard to articulate your feelings and tell people, because definitely, be man up and all that. It's painful, So I felt if he had anything to talk about, he should come to me, no wala. Then the whole Fina thing started, and I felt, if it's what he wants, let him go. The Chumsy thing, just felt like he was all over the place and all that, but I still feel like he knows what he's doing, and if it's what he wants still, everybody wants to have an opinion, but at the end of the day, no concern. Even if it's national TV, it's still no concern, because if you were in that position now and people weren't listening to you, you wouldn't, feel really good. So I was super confused. I was highly confused. Never been on that show, never done anything like that. So getting in there, we'll ask what's the strategy, given the previous seasons. So getting in there, we just okay. Let me just wait and engage. I think as soon as I got in, that's when everything started like rolling in my head. Like it was real, because I never give myself time to even celebrate when the emails were coming back to back to back. So it was when I wasn't there, it started feeling real. I think that's why I took an entire week, to just be by myself and actually think and reply instead of start a conversation. So I didn't have a strategy, not even one, up until the end. It was just me going with just because on my regular day life, man plans, God laughs, but you plan still. I like to live life basically. Just certain things I plan, the other things just fall into place. So that's the mindset I carried on. I think everything will just go according to the way it's supposed to be, and it did. Regardless of what people think or people say, that's how it is. So there were no strategies whatsoever. I don't think anybody in that house had a strategy, because we just came in and we're just firing at each other. Everyone was collecting. Everybody was just being the authentic self. So that was amazing. What I miss most about being in the house, there's so much, like I said, it's a different experience. I definitely miss Daniela, our conversations, really fun. Brian, Brian's quips and jokes, sarcastic perfect timing for sarcasm. That guy was just, regardless of the fact that he was the oldest, or rather he is the oldest in the house, he doesn't let that stop him from mingling and actually talking to you when you need advice. He would always give it to you. He's a good friend, and he also understands that it's a game. In as much as we like each other, it's still a game. When it comes down to it, when I say, okay, I pick somebody from your own level, you will still do it. So he actually understands the thing in depthly. I will miss the tasks. Oh God, yeah, the tasks. I'll miss the serenity of the entire place, the garden. It's just so much, honestly. Like in 3 weeks, everything feels like 3 years. It feels like a lifetime ago. I thought about it in the house, but I didn't really put too much into it. So when we came out and I found out that Modella, DG, I was like, oh wow, let me see it. Cheesy seemed too easy, I guess. So I was like, yeah, cheesy seems easy. So I'm picking. So I picked DG. I think I picked Amaka. But I was wrong, and seeing the whole thing, it actually makes it more interesting. Seeing Biggie give DG the task to scatter his entire house. That was mad. That was really crazy. I wouldn't mind being a rider. Go back and still doing more. Because there is more to give. It didn't. Coming into the house and going over, I think it was Brian, I, and Saif actually figured out, because going to the rooms, you have 12 beds. That one you can share, definitely. But going to the dining, you can't share seats. So there's a different house. Everyone was talking, but we didn't know how much we're supposed to talk about. Hence why we never talked about roommates. The whole dynamic, and it actually threw us off when we finally came and we saw them, and they were like, oh, they already know so much about us. We felt really bad, but we didn't know how much we were supposed to say at the point in time. So I think that's where we started getting thrown off, but we caught ourselves back. And the competition is needed. It's really, really needed. It sets this season apart from every other season. I think because of that added surprise, you guys are having a really, really great show. Top 5, I don't have. I've been throwing names around since morning. It's just the season is tough. You can't really tell. But you have the strong people. You have Fina, you have Hermes, you have Chomji, you have Daniela, you've got Brian, you've got Elu Sohag, regardless. There's just so many people. There's love everywhere. There's strength everywhere, because this is a group of talented people. So it's who grows past who grows. So it's really difficult to say. But at the end of the day, I care about a lot of people in the house. So maybe the best man win. I did sell myself as much as I could, but I could have sold myself even more. Because there are things I'm realizing about myself outside the house right now. That I wish I had shown inside. Like presenting more. I didn't even know I had enough for the presentation thing coming out like, "Oh, have you tried presenting? Have you tried presenting?" Like, it's just a constant, Try being on. You want to try being on Super Bowl? Well, I'm like, oh, that's actually mad. So I'll definitely try and chase that. I feel I could have pushed even more. I had so much more to give. I won't lie. Even when I was up for eviction, I didn't let that stop me. I tried giving my all to always looking forward to the next task. I think the task I was looking forward to so badly was Pepsi Sport Commando, and the likes of them. Like I said, I was working on a brand with a friend of mine. So I'm definitely going to continue that. Want to create a foundation for basketball. I don't know how big it's going to be. I don't know to what extent, but I know it is going to happen. Everything that's led to me being in Big Brother House was driven by a certain passion at one point in time. So sneakers, definitely sneakers. Like, if you get the sneaker deals, just they come. When the company want work, I'm ready to give it my all. Fashion, definitely. I've always wanted to walk runways, be a brand ambassador, to the fullest extent. Endorsements, definitely. Real estate, try to get in that. My affiliate marketing business, definitely. I'll push it forward. It's basically things that I'm already doing outside, but now I can do it on a larger scale. I'm told I'm a great actor, so definitely chase that in Nollywood and beyond. There's so much, there's so much I can do, there's so much I can get into. NFTs, a lot of people don't really know what NFTs are. They just know, okay, like just called non-fungible tokens. I got a taste of it before I got into the house, and seeing Syph, seeing Brian, seeing a lot of people that are actually interested, there's more ginger. Definitely going to follow up on that. But with all these things, there's still time, so I'm going to take my time, not too much time though, I start something, walk gradually, one by one, because like I said, nobody's going to tell you send us more. You'll be mad. And for all the guys, all the babes, hustle. Always have something that you're doing. It's really good. It doesn't matter if you're getting 10 naira, getting 5 minutes. You're starting somewhere, you're getting somewhere. So please, never give up on yourself. It's hard. I won't lie. Even to say itself is easy. To actually do it, stay consistent. Keep doing what you love.